Gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome to One to Watch predictions. This is the winter set of One to Watch cards that, in theory at least, we should get within the next week or two. Maybe Friday, maybe next Friday. Of course, the current promo, the headliners, will end very shortly, so they'll leave a void. Maybe we'll get One to Watches immediately, and that's why most One to Watch prices right now are relatively high, because people are predicting this, and then of course you may require a One to Watch card to use in an SBC. I've got a list of players who I believe will get into the One to Watch set, and of course I have a list of possibles as well, so stick around for this. Up first is going to be Kiko Casilla from Real Madrid to Leeds. That was a free transfer, of course. Unbelievable signing for Leeds, really, the calibre of the player, and that was on January the 17th. Lisandro Mogollon up next. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but he has moved from Boca Juniors, or Buenos Aires as they're known as in FIFA, and he's moved to Ajax for a reported 8.1 million. That was at the very beginning of the January window on January 2nd. Two potential Bournemouth players to speak of, first of which, and the one I believe will get it, is going to be Nathaniel Klein. Of course, it's only a loan move from Liverpool, one which Liverpool are probably regretting at the moment, to be fair, with their injury problems, but that was completed on January the 4th, the same day as another player from Liverpool to Bournemouth, but like I said, I've gone with Nathaniel Klein. Gonzalo Martinez up next. He moved from River Plate to Atlanta on, I think it was the 24th of January. I'm struggling to find a fee. I don't know how much he moved for, but I do know that he was a replacement for the next player on our list, Miguel Almiron. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but he moved to Newcastle for 21.6 million. That is a lot of beans right there. But apparently, according to his previous coach, he is the Paraguayan Gareth Bale. So, take from that what you will, but this is more than likely going to be a One to Watch card. Yuri Telemon up next, formerly of Monaco. Well, technically speaking, I suppose still of Monaco, because it's only a loan. He's gone to Leicester. There were quite a few top clubs sniffing around. I think Manchester City had an interest. Chelsea showed some sort of interest in him as well, interestingly enough, but he chose to go to Leicester. Whether it was because it was a loan and the other clubs wanted a permanent transfer, but Monaco didn't want that, I'm really not sure. But either way, we now have another central midfield player in the Premier League. Or should we say two central midfield players, because Denis Suarez has now moved to Arsenal, albeit a loan for the time being. I believe this will be made a permanent transfer in the summer. It's an interesting one, actually, because his contract with Barcelona was nearly up. He signed a new one and then was immediately loaned out to Arsenal. And I think both clubs have agreed a figure in which to settle on in the summer so that Denis Suarez becomes a permanent Arsenal football player. Now, I don't really know the ins and outs of that, and I might be talking complete nonsense. I don't have any information in front of me. That's just what I remember from that deal. Once of Liverpool in the Premier League, now of Fulham. And Liverpool and Fulham have got that sort of unofficial link where they share players. Either they go from one or the other, or the one tends to be from Liverpool to Fulham, to be honest. Now, Ryan Babel was Jari Litmanen, John Arne Riise was there. But either way, This happened on the 16th of January. It's only a loan from Besiktas. I don't know whether there's an option to buy in the summer. But hopefully Ryan Babel can do well, because he was doing well at Besiktas, actually. He was in contention for a few informs. EA overlooked him, so you never know. I think it's safe to say that Morata will join a long list of players that have failed at Chelsea and been shipped out to Atletico. Torres, Costa, I think Samuel Eto'o is in there as well. So yeah, not the best of times for Morata. I think he started very well in like the first two games and then just completely dropped off, and now he's gone to Atletico, which is a club apparently he always wanted to play for. So I suppose things work out in the end. A deal that reportedly happened on the 23rd of January. Mario Balotelli moving from Nice to Marseille. I could have swore I read about this in the summer window, and that it either had been agreed and there was a bit of an uproar about it because Nice and Marseille are rivals. I don't know, but either way, apparently it's now been completed. The fee is an undisclosed amount, so we'll never know whether it's a good deal or not. But I think he's already scored a goal for Marseille, so I suppose it can't be all bad. Giovinco was at Toronto for a while, and now he's moved to the Saudi Pro League. I feel a bit, not bad for him because it's a personal preference and choice, but I feel like he has been coasting in the world of football. He is more than capable of playing for a relatively top European team, or at least a European side in like the Europa League or something, but chooses to play for leagues, no disrespect, that I feel like are beneath him. But it is what it is. He's moved to the Saudi Pro League with Al Hilal. And of course, I wish him all the best, and hopefully he kicks on and gets himself a few informs. Everyone thought David Villa moved to the MLS to have a couple of seasons and then retire. No such chance. He played 124 times for New York, scoring 80 goals, but he's not done yet because he wants to play with his buddy. He's gone to Japan to play in the same team as Lucas Podolski and, of course, Andreas Iniesta. Only time will tell whether he'll be successful or not, but of course I wish him all the best. Into what I would class as the starting 11, not that there really is one, but Viviano, once of Sporting Lisbon, I suppose technically speaking he still is, but he's moved on loan to the Italian league with Spal, going back home. That was completed on the 7th of January. Whether that move will be made permanent in the summer, your guess is as good as mine. This deal was actually completed on the 20th of December, and then of course was pushed through when the loan window opened. But Jason Murillo of Valencia has moved to Barcelona on loan until the end of the season. It was a 2 million fee that they had to pay just to loan him, but it does include an option to buy in the summer, and that fee is reported to be around 25 million. That's going to be an interesting one, though. Will he even get game time at Barcelona? That's the question. Pepe has gone to Porto. This is a really interesting one because Besiktas just released him for no reason, seemingly at least. I don't know whether his wages were too high, they couldn't afford it, but he can't have been doing that badly there. But he's gone to Porto, he signed a deal till 2021. He had the option to join Arsenal and apparently turned it down. Either didn't want to play in the Premier League or just wanted to go back home. Either way, good luck to him. How many times have you opened a pack, got the walkout symbol, got really excited, saw the Brazil flag, saw signs of Neymar, and then all of a sudden Naldo walks out? Well, it could be a little bit better over the next couple of weeks if he is to get a one-to-watch card. He's now playing for Monaco, having moved from Schalke. This was a very interesting move when it happened. Not many people expected it, and by many I mean absolutely no one. I'm pretty sure he didn't expect it. Boateng has moved from Sassuolo to Barcelona. I think it's just a loan deal for now. There probably is a potential to make it a permanent thing in the summer, but I would imagine this is all but guaranteed. How much game time he'll get at Barcelona, I don't know, but there you go. No disrespect to the Chinese league or any other league for that matter, but I always feel like it's a bit of a cop-out when players like this move to the Chinese league. It's got a stigma attached to it. He's only done it for the money. Maybe he had a desire to play in the Chinese league. I don't know. He moved for 11 million from Tottenham to, I'm going to mispronounce this, but I think it's Ganzhou. I'm not sure whether they do it for the money or they do it for an easy ride or whatever, but you know, he's got the quality to play for some top European teams. It just baffles me. This could be a very short-lived 83 rated card because before they actually give out the one-to-watches, Kagawa could be in form. You may or may not know it. In fact, you will know it by the time you watch this. Shinji Kagawa could or could not be informed. 2 goals off the bench. I think he scored in 10 seconds for Besiktas. Of course, he's moved from Dortmund. Cesc Fabregas has been on the move, linking up with Thierry Henry at Monaco. If Thierry Henry is still the manager of Monaco, they've been on such a bad run right now. I'm just sort of trying to avoid it. It's a bit sad, really, because Monaco were the second best team in that league and pushing PSG nearly every season. It was just those two. But now Monaco are like, we could get relegated kind of situation. So they've brought in a lot of players, and whether that'll work or not, we'll have to wait and see. But Fabregas is one of those new additions. Batshuayi has never found what you would call a home. From Chelsea to various clubs, just come back from Spain, now at Crystal Palace. I feel bad for him. I hope he settles down and finds a club that he really enjoys. Crystal Palace don't necessarily have a good relationship with Belgian strikers, but maybe it'll change. I think he would be an 84 rated. I'm not quite sure how it would work with regards to whether if they have informs already. I think they go to their highest card and highest eligible card, should we say, for a one to watch, so an inform, a man of the match, that kind of thing, and then if he's to get more, of course, he'll progress. Moving on to Murillo, this guy already has an inform for Fiorentina, so it's all but guaranteed that he will be an 83 rated card. And of course, he's just made the move to Fiorentina, so fingers crossed he can kick on and get a couple more cards, because that 83 rated card is actually fairly decent. Higuain replacing Morata at Chelsea. Good replacement if you ask me. He already has a one-to-watch card, and he may very well be in form by the time you're watching this as well, because he scored for Chelsea over the weekend, but you'll know that by now because it's gone 3 o'clock. It hasn't quite for me yet. So what would happen, because he already has a one-to-watch card? Well, I've been linked this. If a one-to-watch player transfers / goes on loan during the season, the one-to-watch item keeps the player's latest inform until the player receives an inform at their new club. At that point, the item will be updated with the player's new club and latest inform item. That is what was sent to me by Foot Bible on Twitter, so shout out to him if you understand it. I'm still not 100% if I'm honest, but that is apparently what will happen. Now we're going to move into some possibles. I'm not going to give you the details of the transfers. We're just going to look at the cards and why I think they're not going to quite make it, but why they are in contention. And up first, I have Ashley Cole, formerly of LA Galaxy, then went as a free transfer. Oh, well, sorry, he got let go, didn't he? And then he was unattached, and then he joined Derby County. I think this is going to be a flashback card. I don't think it would be sensible for them to make it a one-to-watch, so just look out for that as a flashback. Corker, I can't remember who he was with, but again, he just became a free agent, and now he's gone to Turkey. This would be a bit of a silly one to watch if you ask me, because he's so low rated. He would need at least 3 or 4 informs to make it even remotely usable, and how many times do defenders get that many informs? Solkov. This guy had a couple of decent cards over the last few FIFAs, moved to the Premier League, and just didn't do anything at all. He's now gone to Belgium, so hopefully he can kick on and do well. I'm not sure whether this will happen. That's why I've got him in the possibles, but, you know, like, he is a possible. Jermaine Defoe of Rangers, this would be a really good one. I'd love this. Plus, it would give EA a reason to actually give Scottish Premier League informs. They neglect that league so much. There's so many players over there that get like 2 goals, 1 assist every single week, and they just completely ignore them. I'd like to see it, but you can't give one without giving the other. So Weah has moved to Celtic. I think this is just a loan deal, correct me if I'm wrong, but he doesn't look that bad for a 69 rated card. 1 inform, and he's sort of usable for Celtic fans, and then of course 1 more inform on top of that, and you never know. Next is Solanco or Solanco, moving from Liverpool to Bournemouth. I feel really bad for Bournemouth fans. Like, no disrespect to this guy whatsoever, but 19 million. I know it's just the times we live in, but that is a ridiculous transfer price for a player who, let's be honest, is not proven in the Premier League. He's a decent little player. I actually really liked him when he played for Liverpool in pre-season. Didn't really get much game time since then, but I don't know, 19 million seems steep. Moving on to Miran Fellini, this, I would say that this is guaranteed in a way, but it's not, because the Chinese league, I don't think, kicks back until March. So you're going to get this card, then it's going to be sitting in your club for the best part of 2 months before it actually does anything. So he moved from Manchester United, of course, over to China. Again, in my opinion, another cop-out, but still, it is what it is. He was a bit of a meme at Manchester United anyway, but we'll have to wait and see. And finally, my man, Peter Crouch, has moved from Stoke back to the Premier League at the age of 412 with Burnley. Will he do well at Burnley? I don't know. Will he get an inform? Probably not. Will I love to see this card? Yes. I would buy it straight away, and it would be a staple of my bench. The guy is actually fairly meta, considering heading is very overpowered in this game, so you could actually get a bit of fun out of him, but fingers crossed we see some of those in the upcoming one to watch. I say upcoming, we don't actually know. It hasn't been guaranteed yet, but fingers crossed it will. If I've left anybody out, feel free to let me know. I've tried to do my best without making the video 25 minutes long. But if there's any that you feel like I have left out, let me know. And of course, not ones that I've necessarily left out, but maybe ones you'd love to see. Let me know about those as well in the comment section down below. Smack the like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next time, goodbye.